you start a game. So let's continue on. Right off the bat we got a drink. This is a uncommon drink, Last Stand. It's pretty good. Always need more of those. So our last Warlock run, we weren't using any leech, so we couldn't tank like this. But with the leech and the Ring of Tea, we should just be able to tank and cast all our spells. So we're going to be playing differently than we did in our previous run. So I have a chest here. Just going to go and grab it, press the button. What is that? Aberrations? It'll come in helpful. It'll come in handy Act 3 and 4. But right now it just gives us the extra 10% damage. We also saw a crack in the wall over here somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up and see if we get anything. Like I said, we also want to kill all the elites now. We're going to do like a triangle pattern to try to keep this elite stunned. They didn't drop any items, but they have potential. And we got a brochure as well. So just another 10% damage. Or 5% damage, 10% if you include both of them. Since it's early in the game, we want to grab all this gold. Later, we'll probably start ignoring gold. But in case the shopkeep is on this floor or the next floor, we want to go ahead and start grabbing gold, especially silver coins. Yeah, the new Warlock feels okay. People seem to have a lot of issues either early on with him or in the late game. Obviously not to the late game with him, but early on, I played as the old wizard early on from like 1 to 16, and then the new wizard since then. So I don't know how it is super early on, but the leech has been nice in the mid game. So we'll see what kind of issues we run into. We are doing kind of the same build as we use for our paladin and our priest, but we're not as tanky of a character in general. We don't have passive block, we don't have healing like the priest does, or any defensive skills to reduce the damage we actually take. So it'll be interesting how this actually plays in the later game. I haven't actually done the setup on the Warlock yet. But our damage looks fine. We should be able to cruise through at least the first 3 acts without any issues. People say that the Wraith boss gives the Warlock a lot of issues with the totems not attacking the statues. But we'll kind of see how that goes when we get there. We did experience that a little bit in our last Warlock run a couple days ago, but it should be a little better now. Now that we know, and we have a Lightning Bolt, we have some ranks in Lightning Bolt now, so we have some other ways to deal damage. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty slow start, just because our movement speed. But I'll try to make it somewhat entertaining. We have a secret up top, so we're going to go after that. We're just dropping totems. I'm really watching my life here. I'm not sure our limitations currently, but it looks like I'm able to just kind of face tank. We'll see if my health starts dipping. We can always start utilizing the corners. So he dropped a key. It's not as good as if he dropped an item, but what can you do? So taking a lot of physical damage. That's something to keep in mind, because that's going to hurt us a little bit on the first boss. So we can continue on. We have a monster there. Do our lightning? Oh, lightning bolt kills him. We have another key and a chest. There's the secret. Okay, I lost track of it for a second. So since we take so much damage from physical, I don't want to get caught, so I'm just kiting back this guy. Really need some magic penetration, which hopefully we'll get kind of soon. Just gonna use this plunger. It's just completely random, but maybe we'll get something good. Gold gain? Yeah. So we got some gold gain. That'll help us. We won't have to pick up as much gold. Technically, we need to pick up 25% less gold. So that's pretty good. Should save some time on the run. Yeah, it looks like as long as I have Storm 1, I can just run into enemies without having to worry, within reason. Experience book. Our item start isn't great. It's okay. The extra damage from the brochures are alright. We're just going to skip that. We don't care. We got the gold cloak. We'll see if it matters on the next floor. Hopefully we have a shop on the next floor. There's always a chance of not having one. We'll see if that comes into play. Also, welcome anyone that's just joined us. We just started a Warlock run. NG+3. Trying a new setup, but I know people have done it before. I'm pretty sure it's good to go. We messed up with our item shop rolls and had to craft an item we didn't want to craft, but we still needed. It was just slightly inefficient, which isn't what we're going for. But it looks like our drinks will carry us, at least for a while. So just grabbing some gold, looking over to the left. There's nothing over there, so we're going to skip it and just go to the next floor. Don't be tempted to deposit if you haven't seen a shop yet. So on the wizard, I had to really watch my health as I walked around with Last Stand, or with Crimson Death. I think the Warlock's going to be even worse because his range isn't quite as good. Maybe I can hit some stuff with the lightning bolt, but it is a skill shot, so it's a little harder than just casting a meteor or putting down a scorched earth and getting all your life back. We will go after the diamonds. We're not fast enough to go through that, or I would have tried to save a little time. Alright. Alright, Sandals of Swiftness. So that's an extra 3% evasion on our 12% because this is attuned. So yeah, we're going up to 21% evasion. So that's really going to help us out. That's why I think Slippery Cloak is one of the best items to attune early on. Alright, we're just going to drop the totem and run and get the leech. We had enough to storm, so storm, and just kind of continue on. We're trying to kite and run as much as possible, so we don't waste time just kind of walking around. Alright, I see the shop in the corner of my eye. So we're going to try to get all the items leading up to the shop, and then we want to shop. Alright, if there's been an unsafe pull this run, this is the one. Ideally I would like to be using the corners. But it looks like we were probably tanky enough to just continue what we were doing, but there's no point in dying right now. Right, getting a little trapped by enemies. Just trying to apply my leech to as many people as I can, and then kite things through totems to do more damage. I probably should use my lightning bolt more. I'm not really used to using it. I just ranked it up after the last NG. So I'll try to use it, especially if I'm tanking, because I should just have like infinite mana if I'm tanking, because I'm using the Ring of Tea. Or the Ring of Transmutation. I don't think this one is the shopkeep, but it's the next one. So yeah, that's what our, so we have disabled traps in corridors, so that's technically one in a corridor. So it really helps if we needed to kite into these mobs. We would have had room to back up without getting kind of pincered. And for the rest of the traps that are active, they do 50% less damage, so it just makes the run a lot safer. Because traps can really hurt some casters. We don't really have a movement skill like the ranger does, or like the paladin. We don't take damage to our mana like the priest. Really don't have any defensive abilities besides leech. Even the sorcerer and the wizard have their form of taking less damage. It's, you know, probably not when you want it, especially the wizard. It's kind of random, but you can make it more. You can definitely use it against the traps very easily. You can do the trap really slow and make sure you keep the shield up in between different sections of the trap. Alright, so let's see what the shop has for us today. Alright, so we're going to evaluate these items. So since we have vendor coin, we need to figure out if we want to buy this before we buy anything else. So every time I see vendor coin, that's the first thought I think of. Because if we buy this, then all this becomes cheaper instantly. So curious box, I want these stats, so I'm going to buy this. I just don't know what else I want to buy. I'm also going to buy Defender's Halberd because if the plan is for me to sit in a corner and tank a bunch of stuff, I want them to get disarmed as much as possible, which gives me a window of opportunity to gain my life back. So I'm definitely going to buy those two, and these other two items are kind of weak. I was having doubts about the physical damage, so I'll probably take Firm Buckler, and we'll just ignore the vendor's coin. So let's buy those three, and we'll continue on. The last item I didn't talk about, but it's just you gain life turn combo. We have plenty of leech, and since we didn't get the Amulet of Vengeance start, we aren't in combo that much, or we have potential to not be in combo all the time, which is the idea if I'm making combo build to sustain. So the gargoyle should clean that up. I'm just going to kind of look for secrets and then move on. I'm going to forgo picking up this money. I could, and I could deposit it, but I don't want to have issues. Well, I'm going to pick up the silver. But I don't want to have issues going into Act 2 and finding a shop right off the bat and not being able to buy anything. So we're really slow, so we got to watch out for the falling spikes. We'll try to precast as much as we can. I don't really think I can get close enough to put any totems before he wakes up, whereas the wizard you could precast some Scorch Earth on him. So we'll try to do a little triangle, and we're just gonna, ooh, need a potion there. We're just trying to avoid him as much as possible. There we go. It's really sloppy, really scary. I think I got hit by one of his, either the rock slides or his wind-up attack. I wasn't really sure. I thought I was moving fast enough to avoid the wind-up. I'll have to check the VODs after and see what the issue was. Alright, so this is a good part to always have glass walks, so you can get an extra chest every time. Sometimes you'll get a unlocked chest and you'll get a diamond and it won't feel very good, but other times you'll get a silver chest. One of my previous runs, I believe it was the the sorcerer run, I got a Scepter of Kings from it, so it can definitely be worth. So we have the shop right off the bat, so that's why we didn't deposit. We would have had 900 less gold. So my health is low, so I'm running to the corner. We also want to get this gold, and there's the button right there. I keep thinking I have an old map like I did last run. Keep looking at the map. We do have a chest, so we want to get the chest before we go to the vendor. Just in case there's an item there. Once we talk to the vendor, his items are set, and the logic behind that is if the items are set, then we can go to the vendor, see what items he has set. If we don't have enough money to buy it, we would leave, and then we could find the item that he has. I know I talk about this a lot, but I think it's very important, and it's something that no one else really touches on. Whereas you can see what the shop has, you leave the shop, and then you go find the item, and it kind of ruins what you wanted to buy. Whereas you could have gotten an extra chance at a good item. Alright, so we're at the shop. His items are now cached. Let's see what we want. What have we been having issues with? I feel like our damages could be better. This is a skill power and 1 magic damage on primary attack. That seems pretty good. It's probably in the top 3 items just off the bat. I don't think we have issues with mana, so we can just kind of scratch that out. This kind of goes with the strategy we want to do, but it's not mandatory. Boots of Speed could be good. We are moving really slow, and I think if we get enough gold to buy this, we should, just because it's a green item, and we can take it out of the pool. Taking these white items out of the pool isn't as important as taking green items out of the pool. So we'll go ahead and buy Glowing Staff. We'll come back and buy Boots of Speed, and then we'll also buy Sphere of Mana. If we don't get enough gold to buy both of these, then we'll probably settle for Mail of Thorns. Since we need funding, I'm going to start breaking boxes. We need 2,800. Maybe I'll break boxes on the way back if we need that much, if we start getting close. So we can face tank to some degree. Once we start having nicer corners, I'm definitely going to start doing some corner pulls. But these guys kind of are messing that up. So we're just kind of rotating around this pillar to make things run towards us and to avoid most of the attacks. So this is a pretty good corner, but kind of everything's dead now. Also don't want to get trapped as a Warlock, because you really have no way to get out of it. And now we're going to start using the corner. You can see the disarms that are happening with the bats, so even if I'm not facing them correctly, it still disarms them and gives me a chance to react. Going to use this corner again to pull all these range units over here. We're going to stand at the edge, so right as they come around the edge, we can attack them. Alright, we're just kind of looking for secrets. We've already gotten the button, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're just looking at piles of money. So grab this money, that money. Come on, just die. Yeah, it looks kind of pretty tanky. I don't really like having negative resistant armor in trying to tank stuff, but it's just kind of inevitable with as you climb the NG ladder. Yeah, I kept attacking there, but ideally I shouldn't be. I should change that playstyle. I'm used to the old Warlock still, because once you apply this dot, it goes for 5 seconds. You don't need to keep attacking 2 times a second. You can just, once they go into the little hazy form, you can just kind of walk away. And that's the maximum amount of damage you're going to do to them, either way, because there's no upfront damage. It does keep reapplying the dot, so technically if that's a thing, but for those little straggler units, you shouldn't have to sit there and babysit them. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have enough gold. It's pretty close. We need a 2,800. We may have to break some boxes. We only have a little bit left. Alright, so our health is kind of dipping, so we're going to do a corner pull. Well, we got these barrels in the way. But the idea is we're going to do a corner pull, which just means we're pulling to a corner, letting everything come to us. And just taking a fraction of the mobs, not all of them. As they come around the corner, we're just attacking them. They're getting stunned by the gargoyles, and see they're dead before they even really had a chance to attack us. It's pretty basic, but if you don't know about it, then it's something you definitely need to learn. Especially if you're playing solo. One issue with some groups is you're going to have an issue coordinating multiple people to pull different ways. But that's always a good option to pull things if you're doing difficult NGs. Alright, so we've got enough money. We buy our Sphere of Mana and our Boots of Speed. So we'll take more damage from Crimson Death, but it won't be as unbearably slow to move around. We'll just have to keep in mind that our health will decrease as we walk, and we potentially need to leave either consumables, which these do basically nothing, because I have half effectiveness on, and we need to plan out for where monsters are. So here's a well, here's the button. We're just going to go ahead and take this while we're here, because I don't plan on coming back. There is potential that I use a potion, but I don't think any of the traps are going to force me to use a potion. And so far the mobs haven't been very difficult for this build, so I don't see it being very likely that I have to use a potion in the next 2 floors. So, like we were doing before, just cut into the corner. These bats are kind of in, or they're behind me, but you were seeing before they were getting disarmed. So even though they were sitting there attacking me, or trying to attack me, they weren't actually getting far. So this is a bad pull. I shouldn't have done it like this. This is very unsafe in higher NGs. Something to definitely look out for. So I'm just going to kite them through here. I'm trying to space out the totems where they'll still connect. I did that one a little too far. I'm also going to start collecting money again for an Act 3 shop, because we barely scrounged the money together for that last shop. So we may be kind of at the point where until we do more NGs on our thief, we can't deposit anymore. Alright, let's see if I can remember the memory game. Alright, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3. I kind of forgot. I think it was here. Nope. Alright, that's fine. We'll take the key. Just can't remember that one. I could play the stream back and have a 100% chance to do it. And I thought about it, but not too worried. If I was more worried about the push, then probably would. It doesn't seem worth to make everybody wait. Maybe it is, I don't know. Just run into a corner. It's not really a safe pull. You don't really want to do that, but getting a little impatient. Runs pretty slow so far. Which is something I'll get used to. The NGs go up. You'll have to basically play slower and slower, safer and safer. Which is fine. You just have to know that. Took a lot of damage from something there. I couldn't tell if that was a melee attack or a ranged attack. Either way, it was physical damage. Alright, so we really need to get closer to these spawners. just bring the gargoyles to him. I think we killed the redhead guy, which is probably the scariest guy that was there. I can use my lightning bolt more. I haven't used it much. Seems like it's good damage. Yeah, lightning bolt's really good. Especially if I get in the corner like that and I'm just tanking damage, getting mana, I can just spam the lightning bolt along with everything else. Alright, so what else do we want out of this floor? We'll grab the key just in case we need it. There's nothing down there. We got like a good chunk of money, but we have another floor we need to do. So I'm not going to waste time just collecting every penny. The lightning bolt does crazy damage. It just one-shot all this. I'm really impressed by the lightning bolt. Alright, so we're on the 3rd floor. Next floor will be the boss. We planned out the last floor really well, where we didn't even have to really think about the life we needed to leech. Just grab this money because we're right here. Looking over there for a secret. Alright, we have a secret here. I don't see anything else. We're just going to corner pull. Make sure the banner's down before you pull more. You don't want to deal with the banner if you don't have to. Especially if you're using agile enemies. It'll make them go even faster. If you're trying to play something like the priest, and you have agile enemies on, and you're dealing with Bannerman as well, you're going to take a lot of damage really quickly. Whereas if you do need to get hit to get your mana back, you'll quickly run out of mana, and then you'll run out of health. That's not good. Alright, we got a chest. Oh, it's a diamond. Okay. Well, we have plenty of money for the next act. Just always unfortunate to get a diamond when you could have gotten an item. But just chugging along. Get a corner pull. Some more, or at least try to. Alright, we have another chest. I haven't seen the button yet. Oh, there it is. It looks like it, but it was covered in grass, so I wasn't sure. Or moss. We're kind of understanding our limitations. I know what I take damage from and what I don't, about how many enemies I can pull. So I'm starting to get to the point where I'm pulling a little faster. I'll probably have to reevaluate when I'm in Act 3, but for now I can start just kind of running through monsters. As long as I continue to left click and cast my lightning bolts and whatnot, I'll leech plenty of life. And with the ring attuned, I keep my mana up as much as possible. I'm also evading a lot. So we just got the Journeyman's, our first piece. It doesn't really do much for us. The armor is always nice, and if we get the 4-piece, that's nice, but it's not one of the better sets for this character. Yeah, okay, I can just tank all these guys. So we're just looking. Alright, we got one more chest. And I don't think there's anything to the right. May try the aspect ratio trick and just see if I can see what's over there. See if it's worth going over there. Alright, so we got another piece of Journeyman's. So that gives us probably the best return. 2 pieces. That is technically just an item that says plus 10 armor. So the next piece won't really do much. We'll gain a little bit of leech if it scales the leech by attack power. I believe it does. I just don't know if a damage over time can crit. I guess there's no reason it can't crit. I'm just used to other games where dots don't crit. So I see an elite. We at least want to kill that, and we just have a wall. But we'll do the aspect ratio thing over here. Oops. Alright, so we're just looking. So there's a chest over there, so we'll make our way over there. We did pull some mobs, so it's gonna be like, is this a game for ants right now? But that's alright. Alright, so we're gonna switch back. Switch back, you just go back into the graphics, hit that, there we're back. So yeah, I was kinda getting lazy and just going to avoid this area, but there's a potential item. It may just be a diamond, but since there's potential, it's worth going after. I'm also going to check up while I'm here, and we have another potential fun item. Do I see the solution offhand? I don't, so I'm just going to use the solver. If anybody needs a link to the solver, I can link it to y'all. Solve. So it's this one, and that one. So now we get a silver chest and the curios. So now we have 2-piece curios. The next one's going to give us a lot of stats. I also believe the next one is a blue item. It goes white item, green item, blue item. So we may not actually find it because it's a little on the rare side. Nothing to do over there, nothing to do over there. Got a chest there. I'm gonna check down here. We got some good money, so we're just gonna grab it. There, it looks good. I committed to it, so you gotta follow through. It's not worth going halfway to it and then giving up, and then maybe having second doubts and going back again. Alright, so these plants can be deadly. I'm not really sure the level of damage they're going to do to this character, so we're going to try to play it as careful as possible. Let's see, so they pull from all the way over here. Alright, lightning bolt's short range, so we basically have to go in there. This will be the real test between our defensive abilities and our leech. So we'll let them do their thing. We'll precast Storm. We're just kind of running in, and we're dropping all the totems we possibly can. We're right-clicking. You saw that some got disarmed. So that was true test. We at least can survive the front part of that burst. So we just got another piece of Disciples. So we got even more skill power. So we're really looking for that 4-piece, which will reduce all our skill costs by 20%. So that'll make these really nice. This will go down to about 70, and this will go down to 150, I believe. Is that right? 25 and 20, I don't know. Maybe 140. I don't feel like doing the math right now. So we don't care about our health right now. We're just running to the boss. We probably need to avoid the melee of this guy, his Cyclone, but I'm not certain. We probably could sit in the corner and just tank it with all our leech. We won't do that unless we have to. So it's maybe a slow fight. I'm gonna avoid the bombs by going like a circle 8 pattern. Or at least that's the plan. And it also helps with kiting our gargoyles. It's actually okay for us to take some damage because we get mana, and then we can do damage to him. We just don't want to tank his crossbow. I'm not sure how much damage it'll do to me right now. Alright, so it looks like I can tank the Cyclone. There's really no reason unless I have to. Because it just increases the chance of me dying. And I don't really want to do that. You could argue, and I think it will be true on some of the later NGs, that it is safer to tank it, to have the constant stream of mana, the constant skills going out, the constant leech coming back. But currently I feel like I'm a little on the squishy side. Maybe I need just more base stats, and then I'll feel a little better about tanking a boss like that I've never tanked before on this character. It's just a new setup, so we don't really know what to expect. So I'm doing the corner trick again, or the corner strat, whatever you want to call it. Looks like mages are doing the most damage to me, which makes sense. Mages are always something to really be afraid of. So we see a big boy over there. He can drop some items. We have our shop. We want to go to our shop as soon as possible. As always, got to get that power as soon as possible. We also really want to down the first statue as soon as we can. I'm not sure how we're going to do with multiple waves of ghost. So we want to kind of eliminate that issue if we can. Like, not even see if it's an issue. Let's see if we can tank this guy. Oh, it looks like we can. Alright, so we're just running. Not yet. One more pull. Then we can run into the shop and do the corner trick inside the shop. There we go. Just gonna hug the left wall, avoid these monsters, run around, drop our totem. Since they're all melee, you can even back up more, where the caster would come out right here and then they would start backing up. So, but as a melee, you can run this way and the totem does more damage as they follow you over there. Alright, so potions are 50% more effective. Let's see, what does our potion do now? 200 health, 200 mana. That's pretty much all of our stuff. So we don't want that just for the effect. It would just be because it's a green item, or because it's part of the set. Blood Dagger just basically gives more leech to our primary attack. It can be okay. So we got our circlet. So that completes our 4 set. So without a doubt, we're getting this. So yeah, look at those costs. They all went down. Ring of Rejuvenation. It's minimal, so we're probably gonna avoid it. We'd rather buy one of these expensive items. But Blackjack is really good. Chance to stun enemies for 2 seconds on primary attack. I believe that still works if I'm just constantly rolling the dot over and over again. I think that's the kind of the issue that people have with the left click, is it's really hard to tell what is going to be triggered off of it. So we'll just go with the leech. This doesn't actually give us really any more potion. I guess the potion would give us 300 max, but if I'm getting to 300 max, that means I'm at negative health, or if I'm at 1 health, then I'd get, the 273. So we're just gonna go with the Blood Dagger, get the consistent health while we're attacking. Alright, so we really need to find the statue now. I'm gonna take out this spawner. We're gonna do the aspect ratio trick. We're gonna see about where. Oh, well, we found a statue, so we don't need to. We'll just save as much time as possible. We'll start heading there now. So I'm running in, I'm casting the storm, and I'm running out just to avoid all those arrows. And I'm trying to link up those as well as I can. You saw they were getting stunned, so I'm avoiding that, running through there. And we're just gonna drop some totems around them. I'm actually going to go into the shop. I feel like this is a safer corner than the other one. And we're just spacing out these totems so that things get stunned when they sit in the rest. So and that's the reason why you want to kill all the elites if you have time. I'm kind of in a time crunch. I need to kill one of these statues as soon as I can. But I may still kill as many elites as I see. There's just a couple of factors. It really depends how much I feel I need a random item drop. I don't feel like I need more gold keys, but they can drop ace keys, they can drop silver keys, they can drop items, so there's always a reason to do them. Alright, so let's take this out before it spawns while we're trying to take it out. I think we're getting really close to it. I don't know where the timer is, or I'd probably actually set up a timer just so I know how much time I have before the first spawn. I'll have to do that one day just to see. It could be random, could be a variable, but if I had to guess, it's a set time, and the first time is longer than all the ones after. So I'm looking at the map to see where they're coming from. So we got these that are coming from the northwest, and we haven't even seen the other ones yet, so they may be even further northwest. This looks like the second group. Yeah, so it looks like they're both in the northwest somewhere. But it looks like we can deal with these pretty easily. The priests are always annoying because they don't want to come fight, they just want to avoid you. Alright, so we need to leech some mana back. Gonna drop some totems. Use our storm. Drop more totems. We really want to kill the red hat guy. He's the scariest of the bunch. Alright, so he's down. We're gonna kill this banner. It's defensive banner, but it's still worth killing. Alright, so we're just doing the rotating avoid projectile strategy. These are all melee guys, so we can just kind of run away from them all day. I see we have a silver chest, so I want to prioritize getting that next. I think I lost the aggro with this red hat guy, so I want to try to kill him as soon as I can. Go into the corner. That was kind of risky. I could have gotten shotgunned by both of them, taken the 10 projectiles, and gotten killed right there. So it was a little greedy of me to try to get that chest sooner. So now we just got old map, so we can actually see what we need to prioritize now. That'll be especially helpful in Act 4. There's just so much stuff to look for. Technically, old map is only quality of life, but I think it actually is a really good item to pick up. You really could argue that quality of life isn't needed in any of the runs, and it is true, but just by having that map, you're going to not be lazy. You're going to know if something's over there or not, and you're just going to go ahead and get it, instead of just assuming. Like we saw on one of the earlier floors, I assumed there wasn't anything over there, so I was going to avoid it, but I decided to go look anyway, and there happened to be 2 puzzles over there, or a puzzle and a chest. So it's always worth exploring, but I know people get complacent and bored, and when runs start taking 3 hours, 6 hours, etc., it's really hard to keep up the passion to clear everything on the floor. So yeah, if anybody's just joining us, we're doing a Warlock NG+3. We just finished our Wizard +1. We're trying a new build out on the Warlock. It's nothing too fancy, it's just new to me. It's basically the meta tank build, but on the Warlock. So we're pulling around the corner. We are using Last Stand, Crimson Death, so if we have Last Stand going, we really want to stay still at different points, as still as possible, because we're going to do more damage, we're going to take less damage. The caveat to that is since we're taking less damage, we're getting less mana back for the Ring of Tea, but because you think it's worthwhile to continue attacking, and in most games that's true. The only thing it really benefits from is it just keeps refreshing the dot duration, which isn't bad, it's just, it's not what you think it's doing, which is the issue. decided to play the Warlock, one, because we want higher Warlock class titles. Our Warlock's only giving us 25 right now. If we can complete this run, it'll give us another 5, and that's, you know, it's kind of like starting with even another item. Alright, so we got hit by a lot of things there. We're not as tanky as we think we are. Especially while moving. We need to stand still. Alright, so we completed the sequence. I want to check up there just for a secret, but there's so many red hat guys that we're just going to kind of kite back. Let the mages, red hat guy, banner guy, all just run into it and die. There's an elite there I can kill just to try to get an item. I may do that. Let's just peek. Alright, there's a secret up there. So, as always, it's really good to explore the whole level. You really want as much items as possible. I know I don't really have Markhams or anything going yet, but it just makes the gains that much better if you do find it. And it just helps with all aspects of the game. Every time you get a drop from now on, you're going to have a higher chance of getting something you want, because you're just going to continue to take things out of the pool. The shops are going to have more focused items, because you're continuing to take items out of the pool. You won't get these items. So it's really nice. Until you get all of them, then you'll start getting multiple. Alright, just waiting for the red hat guy. Alright, it's just a plunger. Get the plunger. Scroll of magic. I actually don't like this item, like at all. I don't want it, but it does take it out of the pool. The reasoning is, if you read it, it unleashes a magic missile when using a skill. So what happens is it's going to shoot just a magic missile in a random direction, and it's going to aggro more mobs than I want to aggro, and that's not what I want. Anyway, we're done with floor 1, so we're just going to floor 2. There's no monsters around to leech from, so we're just going to go in like this, and we'll leech somewhere in here. So we're going to go ahead and plan out our route. Since we have old map, 2 statues there, we have a silver chest here. So off the bat, we need to go get these 2. We can check for secrets along this long wall, and we'll go get the silver chest. Also, we have another silver chest there. We can use potions this level if we need to. We can play a little aggressive, but we probably won't. And we'll be able to refill them. So we have a secret here. We're going to get this one. Another plunger. See what we get. So you always just need to be wary of your health when playing like this. It's possible that these guys can shotgun me down, so I'm going to be careful. Don't have a lot of good defensive stats yet. And there's our first level, 31. I'm going to try to be 35 by the end. Just kiting way back. We have a mage. It just doesn't want. Right. Doesn't really do much damage to us, at least. Alright, let's stand still. Trust in the last stand. There we go. Alright, so one's down, so we shouldn't have any issues with Ghost. We don't really need to go out of our way for money, so we'll just continue on. Do need to avoid those. There we go. We're just kind of clearing out so we can do the statue without any extra mobs coming to fight us. There we go. Alright, we're just going to continue on. We're going to get the silver chest warrior over here, then we're going to go back and get the other silver chest. So I have 2 disarm items, so I can just take this guy. I have a gold key. We'll go after that. Clear these spawners out, taking as little damage as possible. Basically clear out the range units and then we can kite the melee ones. Alright. So many. Alright, another silver chest. So we got the satchel that we just saw in the shop. So, I'm just rotating to go to the other trap. Kind of gone as far as we need to go. We just need to go trap, statue, then exit, which is down this other way. Alright, so it's going to be a dangerous pool. We just need to get our life back before they do any damage to us. There we go. Now we have Necromancer. We want to try to kill him if we can. It's kind of hard to prioritize, at least on this character. And we're just pulling back. Great threat. It's going to be coming from right under us. Clearing out this room. Now we're going to switch to this corner over here. Oh, it's not a corner. Alright. A little too slow. There we go. Alright, regeneration ring, nothing wrong with that. I'm just gonna avoid these archers, but we wanted to not just stand there and get hit in the face with arrows. Trying to get the statue down. Right, pull more monsters, so we're gonna back up. Just rotating down to this corner. I should have adjusted the stream title that we're playing Warlock. Oh well. That should be everything. We have 2 elites we could kill up there. Maybe we'll do that. Let's do another corner pull. Alright, so he gave us a silver key. Let's see if this one gives us anything. Saw a necromancer, so I don't want to pull him at all. And he didn't drop anything. That's okay. So let's plan out the floor. We have a statue. Don't see where the third one is. We have a monolith, so we'll save that for the boss. Alright, we have a necromancer. Alright, there's our other statue. We also have some bronze chests. So we'll just continue going south and make our way back over there. Tighten everything back. Grab our key. Grab our chest. We got monster manual constructs. It really won't help us at all this run. We disable the towers. But it'll be good for the set bonus. I guess these technically count as constructs. And maybe the statue in the next boss fight. So it'll help us more than I originally thought. So it looks like we can tank it pretty good as long as we're getting mana back. get that extra group. So we're just going to pull back a little bit. Alright, slowly just making our way through this floor. Almost got these thinned out enough that we can start on the statue. There we go. Alright, so we just need to go to the monolith and then the exit. So we're going to take this way around because that looks to be a lot. Just looking for secrets. We'll grab these keys while we're here. Found a secret earlier on this level, so I don't think we'll find another one, but it is possible. Alright, we have a necromancer. So we're going to pull into this little corner. Another necromancer. We're going to try to not pull him until we get more of the bulk thinned out. Pull a big group, just gonna pull back. A lot of it's melee. Alright, we're almost there. Got a lot of elites here. Maybe we'll get some items. Nope, nothing this time. We're gonna pull into the monolith room. Alright, grab the monolith. So, all my skills are free. It's really good for us. can, but everything's free, so it's really tempting to just spam everything. The leech will keep us up. There we go. Almost needed a potion. So, Duelist Edge. That gives us our third piece of Duelist. We're just going to kind of look at this next floor. Gotta be careful of those orbs. We do have infinite mana right now, but I can still get bursted down. So this just brought us to the other side of the map. Not really with any traps or chests or anything. That's what we were hoping for. kiting back, making sure to avoid these orbs. You can kill them, they explode, take a lot of damage. Like right there. So we almost died there. Okay, it's coming from up top. So we have a little bit of safe space here, not a lot. So we'll need to kind of circle back around. Alright, knocked him out. I want to go and jump through this portal, so we're going to work our way around. Trying to kill him far away from me, so I didn't get pincered in there. Still kind of got pincered a little bit. Alright. We're in the positives now. We have 3 more portals to jump through, and we'll just look for any more secrets we can find. Another button. Well, since we're here, we'll just clear to this other portal. Alright, we got another level. So that brings us to 32. 3 more to go for this run. but it gets us away from those orbs, because they're all going to explode on top of me. Okay, we're completely surrounded, but it looks like we can tank them. There we go. Alright, so we got one last portal to go through. It's like kind of a lot of annoying mobs. So yeah, I'm really scared of these orbs, so I'm just gonna play really defensively. Wait for all the projectiles to dissipate. Alright, we should be in the clear now. We can just go to the next floor.